and not threatening any real damage. And you know, the natural move is to re-push on mid, but mid's hard to push on this map, especially when you're effectively one down, because the sniper is unlikely to contribute anything compared to what a scout could do. And as a result, the push eventually fell apart. Not as soon as I would have thought it would have fallen apart, but it fell apart, so now we're back into the same situation. The combo's holding on the other side. I don't think it's, you know, really strongly defined which side you need to hold on this map, so it's fine with this. Just blocking this side, although our roamer can block this side by himself as well, so you know, it doesn't matter too much, I guess. So we're just waiting. Red now moving up a little bit now that they have their Uber. I think they were probably behind, and that's perhaps why they're holding their combo so far back. Roamer goes down, trying to make a play somewhere. So now's not exactly the time to be pushing up, because you're one down, and you want the fight to take longer. And, ooh, okay. Terrible mistake for the medic to leave the pocket there when they're pre-push. Now 2 is gone. Absolutely for sure. Because their Uber is going to do nothing. Unless the scout... He brings everybody back, but see, it's not going to matter because the pocket's not going to be in this if blue just wants to push immediately again. They have the scout behind them, but still no pocket soldier. So, oh, and blue drops the soldier there, so maybe they will get this hold. So my hat is tipped to the scout that brought the entire enemy team back, and the question is raised, why did nobody block the one flank that exists on this map? So anyways, that's a, you know, unfortunate sight to see. You come into mid, everybody dies in front of you. Pretty much, you know, there's no reason to back up there and try to live. Since his entire team just died, he put his spawn in line, or as closely in line with his team as he could, and he gave a chance of doing something to the enemy medic. Turned out it didn't happen because he was low health and the chance was not good in the first place, but backing up would have more likely resulted in getting chased down by scouts, and he would still be spawning right now, so intelligent time to go dive from the pocket, especially considering that his roamer was also in on that, so there's a chance that they would have defended. So Uber comes in, Demo's already dead. That's an unfortunate way to attempt an air shot and kill yourself with it. But this is snakewater last, and with a kill on the demo that early, they should be able to defend this. Just clean up on the heavy, and that, I think, is everything. Judging by how the scout is moving, that's everything. He's going to go on 2. So, just a demo, peeking it very lightly because scout already had presence, and there is a demo with that scout. So we're going to see... I think the situation now must be that there's enough blue spawns there that it's not really viable to push, and they're seeing that their health is getting low. And they smartly do not go and wipe on that point, they just back up. So now we're waiting for Ubers here. Maybe, oh, they have a crit streak. And a sniper, which I hope, I can agree with the sniper taking 1 or 2 shots, but if they're gonna crits in, they need bodies that can actually do some work. So they should have already been in. That sniper should go squished to scout. I won't be able to see, but there's the pop. That's enough. They killed a soldier. That's enough to move in, so they're moving in. Their team's way back. There's a sniper over on the right side. Reaction to that is to push more aggressively, basically, because that's not a scout. And unfortunately, the other team does get their charge. Perhaps just, you know, the timing of that wasn't that great, but nice play from his pocket, not taking any damage during the Uber, and then coming in to clean up. So they're close to crits. They should keep moving because the other team's going to be afraid of them, basically. They killed almost everything. And I do believe that red spawns should be better here because all their people died on the Uber, and then all of blue died after. Although, things like this soldier behind, perhaps that's why they are not being aggressive on this, and their demo just died. But this is a full crits advantage. They should just pop it like right now. Yeah, good pop. And should be a mid-win just off that huge damage they had on the Uber, and their medic, well, died now, but didn't go down too early. So Pocket's waiting for his team, and they've got the blue team pressured out, so this is a mid-cap for Pinball Wizards. The other team trying to come back in on it, but the cap is down. It seems like they got enough damage that they might lose it again right away, but blue backs up, perhaps unaware of how much damage they had dealt to red, or perhaps just whatchamacallit, they were waiting for the Uber that's apparently flashing right in front of us. So now, the Pocket backing up, they shouldn't have anybody in, but it sounds like they still have people in, so the Pocket has probably got to go in. Or he's got to find his team, because he's not doing anything right now. Okay. So they were backed up, so good play. He's going to follow. They're still on crits. They have crits, so they need to be moving fast. Like now. And they have everybody coming in the same door, which is a little prone to being spammed. And the other team will have Uber in like 15 seconds, so chances are they are just going to back up, and while red's capping mid, they're going to get Ubered on, because this crits was delayed for far too long. So I would expect the blue combo to be coming back in with this, but I don't see them. So maybe the flank players know something that the Pocket, where the Pocket's vision, and I do not know. So I would have thought that blue had the Uber, but maybe they don't. Maybe they do. Maybe they're just playing it safe. Though arguably it's not all that safe to just sit on your Uber while you are playing against the crits. I know how that feels. Anyways, Droob just killed the demo and scout on the flank, which could have been the beginnings of the Uber push coming out from blue. So that's the signal to push now. I'd really rather have the demo be taking this here, because, you know, you can shoot over that shack. Maybe could have surprised the med. But there was a pretty meaningless Uber coming out of blue there. They popped, and then they milled around in the same locations that they still were, and the Pinball Wizards combo did not have to back up pretty much at all. They just like broke line of sight and walked right back in. So really the appropriate response there would be to be jumping at least one Ubered player on the combo to force them to get further back away from that Uber, so they can't just dive in like this. I know obviously that there was people pressuring them and they wanted to take care of that, but you can buy, with one still flashing soldier jumping, you can buy a lot of time for your combo to deal with all the crap that's on them. And looks like it may not matter for the blue team, because they seem to have a lot more bodies here, and red should be getting the heck out, and they're getting the heck out, so good for them. I would have really grabbed that ammo pack, unless he's not aware he's out of ammo. And I really would not be moving forward here with shotgun only. Looks like the numbers have evened up, so it's time to move up again. You're going to have that crits in 8 seconds, 6 seconds maybe now. So really, you almost want to be pushing like immediately when you have it, not using 100% as the sign to start a push. Now, that's the medic down, so this crits won't have much to find, but lots of cleanup frags on slowly retreating enemy players. And this could turn into a last, although this last is notoriously brutal for spawns coming out. Now, if they're going to push this right away, it would have been a lot better if they hadn't stopped with their combo to cap, because they could already be in as of 3 seconds ago. And we're going to see if those 3 seconds matter, because now there's a heavy there already, and this push is probably going to go nowhere. So I'd back up, get the health higher, so that you have, you know, the potential to jump in with the soldier and whatnot, pre-crits, and then just go with it. So a little slow, although arguably staying there to heal the soldier was a good idea as well. It's a failed push, and I was actually going to mention this on another of these pushes. When you're Ubering, you lead the person that you Uber because he's invincible and he's going to just destroy everything. But when you're critzing, the person getting critzed is a very vulnerable point in your attack. So to avoid him from just being focused and, you know, having to switch the crits to a non-upload target, you really need to have a soldier just give his life for the few second distraction that the crits gives, and if the crits is timed well enough, that soldier's just gonna live, as long as he's not jumping right into the heavy's face, you know, just going in as a distraction from the same door, taking the spam away, taking the sticks away, and then take the crits, just on his heels. So, did they lose their med? They lost their med. Just because they lost the demo right away, the crits did not go as planned, and there was too much spam. Just in that one area that they were pushing out of that door. So sticking on crits now, I'm kind of getting tired of this. Maybe it's their thing on last, but it's not really working for like the last 3 or 4 crits pops. They haven't done anything, and they're just bleeding players here. So the combo needs to get back and be the point upon which their team manages to stabilize. And it looks like they're starting to stabilize. Now, I believe, unless something happened off camera I didn't see, that blue has Uber, and blue's going to take mid with his Uber, and with the fact that the red demo man is not in yet, it looks like they're backing up a fair bit. I would have preferred for them to use the other door there, because the red demo man got forward spawn by now, and he will be back in underneath, and they are not with him, so they've got to dance around a bit to take this crits, and the objective of this crits is really, well, okay, I was gonna say it's to make them pop and then back up, but apparently the blue medic's dead, according to the kill notifications, so the objective of this crits is to go in and totally destroy nerds. See, there's that demo coming in under, and I guess the med got headshot, so, you know, not the optimal course of events, but thanks to whatever Red's roamer managed to do, they are not at risk of losing too much here. I could be mistaken, but I think that red demo was backing up from, or the blue demo was backing up from under the window in the pocket. I would have just gone for him. If you're going to be cutesy and high like this, you may as well, you know, go grab a pick that means something. But at this point, time has gone by, the medic's back, still using a flippin' crits Krieg, and they've got a sniper now. So, we're just all about crits today. It's crit, 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 crit. Speaking of which, I think if the quick fix gets allowed, then Kritzkrieg might see a resurgence, because people who heal really fast are not very good against things that one-shot them. Okay, so half their team is dead because they were trying to make a play, so the appropriate response is to get way back like the pocket is doing right now. The demo med need to get out of there, and now they're screwed. Because that's what happens when you fight 3v6 with, you know, no Uber against an Uber. Crits effectively being no Uber. And this is bleeding players mode. They're just like going in, trying for something. But there's no actual real need to make a play here. Except I lied. They have a back cap. That's the reason to make a play. Just all over the place, man. So back cap succeeds miraculously. Let's just slap blue in the wrists for allowing such a thing to happen. But I think blue will get this